Oh, all right. Just catching up on some light reading. I was reading an older edition the other day, actually, and my colleagues said that they thought that the Hyundai i20 is better than the Ford Fiesta. Huh. Huh. It's convenient. Shall we? It can't be, can it? Has the brilliant Ford Fiesta been overthrown by a Hyundai? Well, that's what my Auto Express mates say, but I've got to find out for myself. It's pretty fit, isn't it? I mean, there's something about the front grille that I think makes it look quite angry. So if you see one in your rearview mirror and it's pulling up behind you, you're like, who's this cool guy? It's a very stylish looking car. And something has to be said about having everything all black. From the black bodywork, black detailing, black wheels, just makes it look that little bit cooler, apart from the rear lights. I'm not a fan of the rear lights, but overall, it's sexier than a Fiesta. I'm not saying the Fiesta is ugly, I'm just saying this is the baby. Yeah. So far so good then, but there is a problem. There is only one engine available with the i20, so if you're buying one, you better like 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engines. You can at least choose between a manual gearbox or a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, and there's 48 mild hybrid tech on board. But the lack of choice doesn't matter if the powertrain is decent, and it is. And that 48-volt tech means the start-stop function is really nice and smooth. In terms of power, I mean, the engine really pulls you along quite nicely. We've got 118 brake horsepower. It'll do 0 to 62 in 10.1 seconds. Manual gearbox. I mean, this is lovely. It's very nice and smooth. I've been enjoying it muchly. Oh, and you'll get over 50 miles per gallon. It's not bad, is it? I mean, I haven't been getting over 50 miles per gallon because I've been driving it like an idiot. So I've currently got 40.4. So drive it more efficiently and you'll get over 50 miles per gallon. Okay, everything looks rosy so far then, but we haven't got into the i20's biggest challenge yet. The Fiesta has always been head and shoulders above the rest in how much fun it is. It is super sharp and agile, but comfortable at the same time. And Hyundai will need to pull something out of the bag to compete. And yes, they have. Because this car is genuinely fun to drive. I mean, yeah, the ride is a little bit firm, slightly firmer than you would expect of a Hyundai. But actually, the moment you're hitting potholes and that, it's not as horrendous as you would expect it to be. There's very little body roll. Handling is great. Steering, super sharp. Yep. They're definitely giving Fiesta a run for their money, that's for sure. Oh, I do want to point out quickly, right? You know when you're driving a new manual and the car tends to suggest which gear you should be in? I'm going 33 miles an hour and it's telling me I should be in 6th. I don't want to be in 6th going 33. I know it's probably efficient, but the moment you hit a hill, you ain't going nowhere. I'll stick to 3rd or 4th. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, maybe my colleagues are onto something. The i20 is looking a bit like a Fiesta killer so far, but I'm not finished yet. This is a family hatchback, so it needs to do a lot more than go well, look good, and handle properly. Okay, interior. It's a bit boring. I mean, the Fiesta is nicer looking, but this is, I mean, it's quite nicely laid out. I do quite like the little red moments. That's quite sort of aesthetically pleasing to look at. Screens, 10.25 inch digital display, lovely, lovely. 10.25 inch infotainment screen, lovely, lovely. Although actually, as standards, it's 8 inches, so this is slightly bigger. I have to say, it's a bit laggy. And these buttons along here, these are all touch sensitive and I just find them a little bit irritating. But it just takes a second or two to realise what you're trying to do, which I just find a little bit annoying. I do have to do a shout out to this section here, which might sound really strange, but in any other car, This would be gloss black plastic, and it just attracts all of the dust and all of the fingerprints. So thank you, Hyundai, for making this matte black instead. I know we have some shiny black down here, but if this was all shiny black, that would really annoy me. As we move down here, climate control. I mean, we don't have twisties, but we do have flippies. We'll call them flippies. That's really satisfying. Every car has a satisfying thing, and this is the satisfying thing in here. I really like that. Higher spec models gets wireless charging, heated steering, heated seats, Bose stereo, etc. All cars will get cruise control and a reversing camera. I need to mention the reversing camera because normally in a Super Mini, it's quite grainy, but this isn't. Look at this. The quality of this. So every time I've been reversing, I'm like, oh, look at that. That's so good. Yeah, I thought it was just worth a little mention. And get this, the i20 is roomy too. There is more space in the back than a Fiesta, and there's a 352-litre boot. 352. That's 60 more than the Fiesta, and even more than a Honda HR-V. I mean, fair play, Hyundai. You really have beaten the Fiesta at its own game.